From the land of the rising sun comes the fiercest fighters, the hardest hits, and the brightest lights in pro wrestling. Joshi isn't just wrestling, it's heart, passion, and rebellion, packed into every single match. So lace up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to dive into the world where idols become icons and legends are born in the ring. This is where passion meets punk and wrestling meets pure chaos. Welcome to the Cult of Joshi with your host, Raja and John.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my co-host, John.
Hello.
And here we are to give you the scoop on some Joshi goodness and goodness we have this week. Oh my goodness.
Maybe even two scoops.
So many scoops. It's like a whole banana split.
It's a double scoop of goodness, that's for sure, because some of the most amazing, and you know what, it gets a little redundant. I know.
It kind of does, but
it's like not only, I mean, this seems like the same intro, right?
Right.
Because it's like, oh, it's just so amazing. Listen, guys.
it's hard
Forget those liars on those old episodes. Because this was the real shit.
Yes, we have
This was good.
a big pay-per-view. We have Korakuen Hall card. We
Yeah,
have
that too.
silly things.
Yes.
It's always a good week when you have silly things to talk about.
We had silly things, but we also had some of the greatest. Oh man, listen, no, not even hyperbole. The best bottom to top, top to bottom, sideways to sideways Marigold card. For me personally, personal opinion,
It was so good.
it was my favorite one. And you know, you coined during while we were watching, you were like, you know, it's like everything came together.
Yeah,
it's like everything finally came together. You were like, they've got the opening card, they've got the mid card, they've got the main event, kind of figured out.
They got it. It's all together
it's
now.
good
Like
now.
they hit their stride.
They have, and
This is what they've been striving for.
and obviously Stardom's been on their roll.
Yeah.
They even had clear television broadcast. You know, so
Yeah, like their signal was clear.
yeah, sorry, a little clap going on. Marvelous is being marvelous, darling.
Marvelous is just having the best time of their lives. Like Chigusa's just enjoying the hell out of herself right now.
Just so much goodness, man. It's just so much goodness everywhere. And you know, this ain't even how I'm supposed to be talking. I think this is yours. We got to get into
We're
something.
just really passionate about it, okay?
Yes.
But before we even get into all that, I just want to give a teeny tiny little update because the AEW Women's World Tag Team Tournament did kick off this week on Dynamite. We saw the first round match between Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter versus the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And I think a lot of people imagine this match going one way and one team winning, but that is not the way that it went.
No.
Your favorite team won.
My favorite team won. And I'm so excited.
Thank you, Tekla.
Sisters of Sin, SOS, baby. The girls, after watching them, just international.
They're so amazing. Yes, we will talk about that.
We
too.
are going to talk about it because that even with all the good stuff, that was my most fun I had the entire week.
It was really fun. I told
Jesus.
you some really great stuff this week.
I loved it so much, and we're talking about Mexico, but I loved it so much, and seeing the girls there, and when they were there, I was a little bit sad, and I was like, oh, it sucks so bad that their first round matchups against the Killer Queens.
Yeah,
you know, and
they're doing this. They're flying to Mexico. They're flying back.
Yeah,
they're going all over the place.
And now they're gonna win the titles.
They might just, but their next round match will be against the winners of Willow and Harley and Mercedes and Athena. So
yeah, I'm
those
not
are
worried
both
about
hard
it. I'm not
outs.
worried about it, bro. I'm not worried about it. Here's why: Mercedes and Athena are the epitome of can they coexist?
They are. Yes, they're two very big personalities on the same team.
You can't have it.
It's very Takeshita Okada of them.
Don't even get me. That's probably my favorite storyline in wrestling.
Oh man, it's so good.
And Takeshita don't even have to say anything because there's so much history behind the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And Okada, and how bad everybody wants Okada kind of to be back there. I don't know if everybody but me. That's me. I'm everybody.
Right, we're like,
and yeah, it's
not because we don't want him here, but because he's Okada.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way television ratings work. You know, like one person represents 50 million people or whatever.
Yeah.
That's me. Okay, I'm just saying my little segmentation here.
Right.
I represent the unvocal majority of people that would like to see Okada back in New Japan.
At least wrestling for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, come on.
Because I love Okada and because I love New Japan.
Yeah.
And I love AEW. And I think all three things would benefit with the dual contract and the majority of that being done in Japan.
Right, I agree. But as far as the women's tag team tournament goes, we did have some unfortunate news as well on Dynamite. Penelope Ford has injured her UCL in her elbow. It did seem like she got very hurt in that match last week, which it was pretty obvious. But she will not be able to participate as Megan Bane's tag team partner. So Megan threw down the gauntlet. She's like, whoever wants to dominate and like win this tournament with me, come forward. And who came forward?
I had so many thoughts in my head. I thought, well, here's a good shot for Camille. And they could have the Twin Towers.
Right.
I thought about the young giant in Ring of Honor that I never can remember her name.
Story Denali, yes.
That story, yes. Second story.
It's like third story with her. She's very tall.
They're missing all the story, right? And I thought about even something cool like bringing in like Shotzi.
Right, yeah. Or just something crazy.
Something crazy. Old rule in wrestling. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little inside baseball here. So in pro wrestling, when you have to change a card and you have to bring somebody in, you always let that team go over.
Right.
But that's on a one night thing.
Yeah.
This not in a tournament like this, but I was thinking of it in those ways. And honestly, when Shafir walked out, the woman Shafir.
Yes. When
she walks out, I'm just like, man, look.
It makes all the sense in the world.
So you guys don't even know. Listen. I love you, Roddy. but you're married to my woman. And
I think a lot of people feel that way.
And you know what, Roddy, you can stay around.
Anyway, Marina Shafir will be tagging with Megan Bayne in the tag team tournament, and they are a scary team. I think Jon Moxley's feelings about it really summed it out. I think the whole watch out.
As much hate as Moxley gets on everything, man, he does a great job of putting the women over. He always has in his own promoting or whatever. Just some of his facials and some of his you don't want to mess with them. It's a wonderful thing he does to try to get the women over.
Absolutely, I love that.
Yeah,
the way he acts is some of my favorite stuff.
He's always done that, and really excited about this. But they're killers.
Yeah, I don't envy Ty J in the first round here, having to go against them.
I don't. I like the fact of Tay Conti and Marina Shafir. I like.
That's gonna be nice. Some nice stuff.
I like it because remember when the Ronda Rousey stuff was going on. I think we're going to get some interesting battles kind of like that we got to see in the indies and stuff.
Right, because they have a similar vibe about them.
Yeah.
So, since you mentioned it, before we hop over to Japan, why don't we talk about the CMLL Grand Prix de Amazonas that took place on October 24th. This was the main event of their October 24th show. It was a 9 versus 9 all-women elimination match to crown the new winner of the Grand Prix de Amazonas. They have it once a year. Last year, Reina Isis won.
So much fun.
And the concept is 2 teams of 9. There's a Mexican team, so Team Mexico, and then the international team made up of a bunch of different women from all over the world. And they fight it out and are eliminated one by one. And there can only be one person left standing. So it comes down to, even if there's 2 people from the same team left, they still have to fight it out to try to win and be the last one left standing and the holder of the trophy.
Right.
So this year's Amazonas were made up of Team International was Diamante, Kanji, Shoko Nakajima, Koguma Hazuki, Mina Shirakawa, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Tekla. So featuring all 3 members of the Triangle of Madness there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And on Team Mexico, they had Olympia, Scotty, India Sux, Reina Isis, Yuvia, La Horishita, Zeuxis, Persephone, and La Catalina. So pretty stacked teams on both sides. It was very, very exciting, as you would imagine, a 9 versus 9 match to be with lucha tag rules. So, 2 people go out, 2 people come in.
Right.
There's no pausing. There's no stop. it's crazy from start to finish.
It was insane. And the Japanese representation was unprecedented.
It was off the charts.
Yeah.
Because you had Koguma Hazuki, Shoko Nakajima, and Mina Shirakawa all on the international side.
It was really cool.
For Japan.
Just having that kind of presence there and, throwing in the AEW stuff. And,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, for me, Tekla was Japanese representation of its own way.
Right. Even though the Austrian representation was there in the audience as well.
The ambassador, I believe, from Austria.
Yeah, which was really cool. And I think it just goes to highlight the new CMLL Stardom partnership that has become official. They're definitely 100% working with each other.
Yeah, very cool. They had Toru Okada there, and they had another representative, I guess the actual president or whatever, the shoe president.
And the guy who oversees the Amazonas, it was all official and everything. They got t-shirts.
Yeah, that makes it very official. Didn't you know?
Yes, but in this match, Team International went down hard, right at the start. They went down 3 people, immediately getting eliminated from the match to go down to Team Mexico. But then they evened it out a little, and then it was pretty back and forth throughout the whole match. It came down to sort of 2 versus 2 thing, because we had Sky Blue and Tekla and Zeuxis and Persephone right at the end. And man, these women were in it to win it. I'm telling you what, they were beating the crap out of each other at the end of this match, which is crazy for how long the match was.
Especially the Mexican contingent.
Yes, they're very, very heavy on the hands.
there was definitely very little daylight.
Yes.
Coming from them. La Catalina... I think that she has everything it takes to take over an international stage. Mm-hmm. She was very, very just with the crowd, man. I mean, she's right up there.
She had a lot of moxie to her.
Yeah, a lot of pizzazz. She's right up there with Persephone, and really they really have some. They have some ladies that are primed and ready to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Olympia, for example, is facing Mercedes Moné this Saturday on Collision.
and here's the thing. It's not like some random indie, right? Mm-hmm. So you're talking about a 16,000-seat arena that they sell out every week.
Right.
Or there's not a week they have less than 8,000 in there. Same arena. Run the same town every week and do that. That's unbelievable.
Right.
It's unbelievable
to get the same fans interested that long.
To be able to do that, that's some old Mid-South Coliseum stuff. And, Meltzer was putting out there that they have a chance to sell more tickets for CMLL this year than WWE sold.
Which is crazy to just think about. It's mind-boggling to me.
That's how big they are. They're a prime-time network television production that is top dollar and top talent, and it's huge. It's really huge.
And I can see why. I mean, the entire show was really good, and the talent down there is insane. Obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth with AEW, and Bandito's been down there a lot, but their wrestlers are amazing.
They really are.
If you just watch them,
they really are.
For just the CMLL talent, and all of these women showed up and showed out. It came down to Tekla and Persephone at the end, and I think a lot of people were kind of behind Tekla. They seemed very for Tekla a little bit in the match, but of course Persephone is the hometown girl, and they're going to cheer her 100%, and she did end up winning. She became the 2025 Grand Prix de Amazonas winner, and good for her, because she's been on a roll this year.
She has. Persephone's been on that Bandito run.
Yeah. just constant big matches for her.
Yeah, it's good to see. I'm glad that, the somebody from CMLL won.
Yeah. It seemed the better decision, I think.
Yeah, it's so we can make it out of here alive.
But it was great to see all those women together.
It was a lot of fun, man. And, I made a habit early on. I used to go out of my way to get the tapes of AAA and CMLL when I first started in my pro wrestling career. I stole so many submissions from those people.
Yeah.
But just respected the game. I always respected it so much. But Arena Mexico was where my heart always was. It's
such a beautiful arena.
It was such a cool thing, just from the vibe from outside, just from all the merch people make, and they don't kick them out. Just everything about that place and the history, I just always have been in love with that idea of that.
Yeah.
So I just think it's great. I think it's really cool, and definitely this show itself has pulled me back into
wanting to see it like regularly.
Anything that has the women on it, I'm going to watch.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of the women coming up here. Like we've seen Yuvia and Zeuxis, and Reina Isis was even up here, now Olympia. But I was really impressed with, like you said, La Catalina, and Scotty was really, really cool. Like the way she moves for a woman of her size is just incredible to me.
It really is.
But I would love to see all of these women get a chance to like show themselves on national TV, maybe bring more eyes to this amazing product that they're putting on in Arena Mexico.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree.
But let's move on over to Japan. First, I want to talk about another show that took place on October 24th, which is episode 3 of Marvelous's Friday Night Gotcha.
Wow.
Because, my goodness, the things they're doing up there.
Oh, so awesome.
I'm telling you, Chigusa is just like giggling like a schoolgirl kicking her feet while she's writing down these matches. Like, that's just what I imagine. Because that's how I would be, I think, if I was able to free reign do pretty much whatever I wanted. I mean, she's probably limited by certain wrestlers and stuff, but it doesn't seem like it.
No.
This show opened up with Chigusa Nagayo's music. However, it was indeed Shin Chigusa Nagayo who came to the ring. And it was like 1984 Chigusa Nagayo with the sleeves rolled up and the striped singlet and the short hair with her arms all out. And she's just so funny.
She does such a good Chigusa.
Okay, Shin Hirota Sakura, like, when she gets someone rolling, she will not let up. She's facing Jaguar Yokota in this match, who is somebody who trained Chigusa Nagayo, who was there in the 80s, like already well into her own wrestling career, to see the Chigusa Nagayo that Sakura is portraying right here. And she was just so tickled that she could hardly do anything for like 10 minutes when this match started.
Yeah, Tommy was too, man. It was
Tommy tried not to be tickled, but it was impossible.
It was fantastic. And with those matches, those warm-up matches with Sakura and Jaguar, just the laughing and the giggling is what I'm there for.
Me too. It was so funny. And of course we got all the standard Shinhiro to Sakura type of stuff. She tried to do some Chigusa things. Every time she tried to lock up, she's doing like the arm waving and stuff. Just Jaguar losing it. And then somewhere during the match, the real Chigusa Nagayo came out, and we had this cute little spot where Jaguar couldn't tell them apart and like couldn't tell who the real Chigusa was.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
And it was so funny. Oh my goodness. Of course Jaguar Yokota won this match. She eventually just like pinned her and she was like, okay, I'm done leaving.
She's I love the fact that we can still watch Jaguar go.
I know. Oh man, it was such a good way to open the show. It was so funny. This was probably one of the best like Shin characters that I've seen her do.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many great ones. There
really are so many.
It's not even fair to compare them.
It's not. I think we talked a little last time about our favorites, but this Shin Chigusa Nagayo was just off the charts.
I want to see them bring the team back. I want to see them bring the team back and get the fat chant going.
Yes, you want Team Extreme back?
Yes.
And they did the little pose at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're such a fun team together. You can tell they love each other, okay?
Yeah, man.
The next match was a man match, so, it is what it is. It had Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander against each other, which is a little weird because, they're usually a tag team.
Yeah, we do love the Crush Boys. I mean...
Yes, the Crush Boys are a lot of fun, but seeing them against each other is weird.
No, Titus Alexander is probably one of the best kept secrets in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
He's
very talented.
Yeah, he really is super talented. So is Starboy Charlie. I mean...
Yeah, in different ways. They're very, different types of wrestlers.
But Titus Alexander is one of those that he's young, he's just ready, and I would love to see him get a run somewhere.
Yeah, I would too, because he definitely deserves it. In the next match, we saw Utashima and Saki versus Itsuki Aoki and Sora Ayami. So this was a pretty fun match, Itsuki Aoki and Sora Ayami won. I found it very funny to watch Sora Ayami kick people in the shins.
Yes.
That was just like a highlight for me.
It was fantastic.
It sticks in my mind. Okay, and then the semi-main event. Grace Sakuya comes out first, right? So she comes out to the ring with her music. She's being all creepy with her baby doll. Then her opponent's music hits, and it's Mio Momono. So Mio's looking all serious. She's like locked in, walks down to the ring, gets in the ring. Great Sakuya turns to her and immediately red mist to the face. Mio Momono hits the deck. She rolls out of the ring. Red mist is like, you can't have the red mist to the face and not lose it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, red mist is obviously green mist is where we start with this. I mean, green mist is bad enough, but you get the red mist, and it's a bad day.
Yes, so Grace Sakuya is dancing in the ring. She's like, cool, I've won the match. But then another music hits. A new opponent arrives, and it was Maria. So we were blessed with Maria versus the Great Sakuya.
Yes. The Battle of Magenta.
And as you can imagine, it was a pretty spectacular match. It's almost like these two knew each other really well. I don't know how Maria and the Great Sakuya have been in contact, but...
I think I buried the lead there, sorry.
It's okay. I think it's known. Khaleesi.
I don't know if it is, internationally.
Well, the Great Sakuya and Maria was a fabulous match. Mio did try to get involved there at the end. She was like, this was my match, and she went kind of crazy, but, they took her out again.
I like thinking that, Rico's just crazy, and they just, they pacify her with letting her do what she does as Sakuya.
Yeah.
And,
I think she is crazy.
She wakes up and is just like, what's wrong, Maria? Why are you looking at me like that? I don't understand.
You've got a bit of green on your face, by the way.
Did that damn demon get a hold of you again? If she would ever show up when I'm around,
I'd take her out.
I would take her out.
Maria actually won this match, though, so maybe she overcame the demon a little bit.
Maybe.
And that's not even the craziest thing that happened that night, because we still had the main event, where we were treated to a Spark Rush match. Sari and Takumi Iroha just showing up here on Friday Night Gotcha.
Dude, what a team.
Against maybe the craziest team right now to have happened, forcing to tag Sari Yamaoka and Senka Akatsuki, who hate each other.
Yes, it's the best kind of team.
They couldn't even decide who was going to start the match. They just started tussling with each other.
I mean, obviously so Sari and Senka are going to be forever foes.
Yes.
Eternal foes, if you will.
Something like that.
And they're going to be there, for a long, long, long time. 20 years from now, they're going to still be fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And there might be little runs of getting along, but you can just tell that they're going to both be huge manga stars.
Yeah, maybe one day it'll be like a respect thing where they like team up again and they like actually do well, but I can just see them fighting each other far, far into the future. And at this match, like, Spark Rush is obviously the more tenured team.
Yeah.
They obviously took it out of them and won the match, but Sari and Senka, they held their own there for a little while.
Give it just a couple of years and they'll be jobbing out Spark Rush.
Probably. Even after the match, Senka was on Sari like, how could you lose the match for us? And Sari would get on Senka and Takumi would drag her off and they're like, stay away from each other. They're like throwing them away like puppies. They're like, quit it. Quit fighting.
I love it. I love it. I mean, obviously, both these girls, we've sang their praises, and I believe there's something special about Sari that is, definitely the total package.
Yeah.
Both of them are future world champions.
Man, they're so good. All four ladies in this match, just top.
It's
top
charisma
notch.
in a different way. Like the charisma that Sari has is. It's hard. You can't bottle it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Senka has a different, like, it's a pro wrestling charisma,
right? Like the intensity that she brings.
She's authentic.
Yeah, it's very cool to watch them grow together and apart and against each other. Like they're just going to be surrounded by each other for their entire careers, I think.
But the Friday Night Gotchas, if you got Wrestle Universe or you just want to try it. It doesn't cost very much. There's all kinds of stuff you can go back through and watch all three of those episodes.
100%, please.
Just, you can watch Sendai Girls on there. You can watch Marvelous. You can watch...
It's so worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Marigold.
Yes, and that is where we're heading next, because 2 nights later, on October 26th, was Marigold Grand Destiny.
Booyah.
Da-da. Oh, man, it was... Just the card beforehand was amazing, but I don't think I was even prepared for how good it ended up being. Like, from start to finish, it was so fun to watch.
Yes,
it was so enjoyable. I was like geeking out the entire time. It was so good. So this kicked off with a pre-show match, which is our second generation match of the two girls who have moms who were both Joshi wrestlers back in the day. They were actually a tag team in Arceon at one point, which is pretty amazing, and I think it's time that we rekindle like the second generation version of the tag team. But Kazuna Tanaka with her mother Yumi Fukawa took on Shino with her mother Michiko Omakai. The mothers were not in the match; they were just with them. They were on the outside of the ring seconding their daughters, and unlike what I thought, they did not get involved. They let their girls do their thing, and do their thing they did. Like, this match was a great opener. They both brought so much energy and so much passion and fight to this match. It was so good watching them go at each other. It was obvious that they both love the game.
I mean, listen, man, they were way beyond where they should be. Mm-hmm. I mean, way beyond. It's not even funny. It's we talk about some of the girls and some of the youth of Marigold, have been trained to that extent where they haven't been held back.
Yeah.
And, have they been shown too much? I don't know. But, it's sometimes I see some basics maybe that are like, but just the overall telling of a match.
Yeah.
And next level shit. I mean, they absolutely killed it.
Yeah. The looks on their faces.
Yeah.
The screaming in the submissions. the passion and aggression in all of their moves, the kicks, Shino's Uranage, and then Kazuna Tanaka throwing a cutie special type move to win the match.
Dude,
it was
Shino's
so
kicks.
Good. It was so good.
Shino's damn kicks.
And I was like, this fired me up for the whole pay-per-view. I was let's freaking go if this is the energy we've got tonight.
Yeah, super excited about what's going to come with those.
Yeah, definitely. The next match was the tag gauntlet match. This opened the main show of Grand Destiny, and I wouldn't call this a gauntlet as much as just like, here are all our tag teams.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. We started off with Nagisa Tachibana and Minami Yuki taking on Naoi Ishikawa and Hummingbird. And Nagisa Tachibana and Minami Yuki won this first match. Then they faced Komomo Minami and Yuka Yakazaki. And Komomo and Yuka were the ones to win this match. And coming out to face them was Irina Yamanaka and Chan Yota, who won the third match. And then Rhea Sato and Nagisa Nozaki came out to face Irina and Chan Yota, and Rhea and Nagisa won that match. And finally, we had the sort of mystery team coming out last, and that was the new signee, Shioko Koshino, who sang her way to the ring because she is a very accomplished singer in Japan. And her mystery tag team partner was none other than Gigaton.
Yes, the return of Gigaton.
Like, all decked out in, like, a cape with masks on the inside and a mask of her own. Just very new age Gigaton here. Yeah,
it was amazing. It was really cool to see. I thought that also in the gauntlet, the Chan Yota, one thing it's just the development of Chan Yota as a pro wrestler. I just think she's never been better.
Yeah.
So
her and Arena were really impressive in their match.
They really were impressive, but nothing was as impressive as Gigaton.
Yes, and Shioko Koshina and Gigaton were the ones to win the tag team gauntlet in the end. So congratulations to them. Next, we had our two mystery matches, starting off with Megaton versus M. And when I tell you that it was the last person on planet Earth that I thought it could possibly be who M was, that's not an exaggeration.
I was hoping it was, Minami Toyota.
Right, yeah, something like that, like a Joshi wrestler, right? No, it was Minoru Suzuki.
It was, man.
We got some Kaze Ninare in here.
Yeah.
And he came out, like, people lost their freaking minds.
Yeah.
Which, I mean... Yeah, I did too.
I mean, Suzuki's great. He's another one that's really great with the women, and
he loves Joshi. You can just tell.
Yeah, he does. And
this was hilarious.
This is one of the better comedy matches you'll ever see in your entire life. Megaton is just the most wonderful thing in the world. She's just a gift to pro wrestling because of her utter and complete unbridled fear
of everything.
Of anything hurting her.
Yes.
Of her quick submissions before it hurts. Of her, Megaton Splash.
Man.
I love it.
I love Megaton. She's so funny. And it's in a different way than like you'd see like Saki Kashima afraid of things. Like Megaton doesn't run away kind of. She kind of just like she tries and it always doesn't work.
She turtles up. You could tell that she knows like the what she's supposed to do, but her body just doesn't cooperate.
Yeah. It seemed like she tried to add some new stuff here. She went for a moonsault. She was like a very long-winded moonsault, but she took it even to a new level of fear in this match because she gave up suspended upside down for the Gotch pile driver. She started screaming, give up, as she's suspended, about to be pile driven.
Yeah, hilarious. I mean, just a hilarious match and a good little thing to put in the middle there.
It was so good. Then we had Chika Goto versus S, and I think a lot of people kind of saw this one coming, but I didn't. Honestly, I had no idea. Like, I think you knew the whole time, and you waited until right before she came out to be like, oh, I wonder who this is going to be. And then I was like, oh, duh.
I think, and who was it?
It was Sari.
Yes. And, the surprise and shock about that is where Sari was there, obviously. And, she's been in Stardom, right?
Yes.
So, and we know all the job about Stardom and Marigold. But the thing is, she's working both. And she, has said so. She made a statement about, that she pretty much she's omnipresent, kind of.
Right.
Just a Sari statement that she can work whatever the hell she wants.
The joy of being a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chika Goto faced perhaps her biggest challenge yet in Sari in this match, and I thought Chika Goto did very well. She was very locked in. She didn't back down from Sari. She tried her best. She tried her very best in this match. It was not enough to overcome Sari as she is because, it's Sari. She did win this match with a double foot stomp, but all the credit in the world to Chika Goto because she took this very seriously.
I love the fire that she showed.
Yeah.
I mean, she showed the fire and she beefed up for it and, and they showed.
Yeah, she definitely gave Sari a lot back from what she was given, but it wasn't enough to get the job done. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
After that, we had our twin star tag team title match. Riko Kawahata and Maria versus Misa Matsui and Chiaki. And, this was fun. It was really entertaining. These two tag teams are very high-level tag teams, so it was very fun to see them go against each other. The ending was kind of crazy, honestly, because Misa Matsui got hit with Maria's Excalibur finisher, but as soon as she was down from it, she flipped Maria backwards into a European clutch for the pin and won the match for Darkness Revolution. So they are the new Twin Star Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great match. And as you said, I mean, two of the best tag teams out there. I always want to see Magenta win.
Yes, but Magenta is always the favorite in this house.
It was a great match. Nothing to be sad about. It was a cool little run.
And of course, Chiaki getting her kiss back from Maria afterwards.
Yes.
Because she can't help herself.
Your favorite part.
I love Chiaki, okay? She cracks me up. I love her dancing before the matches, even though she's in Darkness Revolution. It gives me that old school Oedo Tai feel that I feel is missing sometimes. And she just brings me joy to watch.
Good call. She does feel very Oedo Tai.
So I'll always root for Chiaki. I'm glad that her and Misa are getting some clout here. Misa Matsui, this is, I think, her first championship.
I think it's her first belt she's ever had.
Yeah, which is crazy considering how good she is.
Yeah.
So congrats to her because she deserves it. She's such a good wrestler.
Yeah.
The next match was That's Wrestling, which was Sarayama Oka versus Chihiro Hashimoto. I just love the name of that match.
Yes.
That's Wrestling. Yes, it is. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Holy crap. This match was terrifying. Chihiro Hashimoto is obviously one of the top level wrestlers in Japan.
Yes.
Both on an amateur level and on a professional level.
She is a legend.
While Sari Yamaoka has a very, very similar background in amateur wrestling, she's also still very young in her professional wrestling career. And that showed here. Okay. Chihiro Hashimoto started the match just dominating Sari. Like, you could tell Sari was there. She was working her ass off just to get some leeway, some leverage. She was like laser focused on Chihiro's legs. She wanted to take down like there was no tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But Chihiro Hashimoto is just such a difficult out. There was a moment in this match where she hit Sari Yamaoka with a release German suplex that was very Albright-esque, and Sari rolled out of the ring and just laid on the floor for like the full like 20 seconds plus that it takes for them to like count people out. And she was just looking at the sky like, it was like, hello, is Sari even home anymore? I was like, is she even going to get back in this match after all of that punishment? It was crazy. And the way that Chihiro ended the match by just wrapping up one of Sari's legs and holding her upper body with both arms, like Sari's arms are above her head, and Chihiro's just got her wrapped up, pinned to the mat so she cannot move, and gets the 3 count. And it was just so crazy to watch and witness. But I also think it's good for Sari Yamaoka to be put in those positions because it's going to help her grow in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, this match, for any purist out there who just loves a great wrestling match, this would have been the one that I would have pointed to, but this was more what you said. We see a lot of young girl matches. We see a lot of, the formulaic young girl match that we talk about a lot, where it's like, boom, boom, I'm going to fire up, hit you 4 times. You're going to hit me once, knock me to the ground. That we know what the young girl match looks like.
I'm going to try to get a slam on you the whole match.
Right. Hop, hop.
Right.
We know what all it looks like, and that's fine and dandy. Mm-hmm. But I think this was one of those matches where you purposely go out there and you put your future champion out there against a legend. You bring in this legend, this absolute legend. Uh-huh. and Sari had her fight, but she was absolutely outclassed in the professional wrestling part of it. You're right. And it was like she was hit by a truck. Mm-hmm. I think that is something where she comes back.
Yeah.
You get a year down, 2 years down the line. Hopefully it's 2 years. 2 years down the line and shows up and challenges Hash, again. And this time, maybe it's a time limit draw. You come back a year later and finally she overcomes. This is the kind of person that Hash could leave her legacy to.
Yeah.
And, someday, when she's cutting the bootstraps in the ring, can say, you're the person.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love it. I love it for what it is. And I love the fact that there's levels to this, and it showed there.
It did, and it was still a really entertaining match. It was very heart-stopping to watch.
Yes.
But I thought it was brilliantly done. The next match was very different, okay? For the United National Championship, we had Victoria Yuzuki versus Mai Sakurai. And this match was just 100 miles a minute, throwing everything you have. You know how Victoria Yuzuki wrestles, okay? She's going to throw everything at you until you're like just left panting on the floor, like you can't get up anymore, because she just will not stop. And that's what she did here to Mai Sakurai. I feel there was kind of a scary moment in the match where she went to suplex Mai Sakurai on the apron, and Mai kind of landed right on Yuzuki's face.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, her face is broken, her nose is broken, something bad's gonna happen, because it looked nasty.
It did. It was a very violent match. You pointed this out when we were watching it. I've never seen Mai Sakurai as violent.
Yeah, she really didn't want to lose this.
I've never seen her as violent as she was in this match. And it was really cool because story-wise, it was like she was holding on so tight that it was slipping away.
Yeah, she came out in the black gear. She really changed up her character for this match, which was cool to see, because she very much played the more heel side and was very aggressive and very violent with Yuzuki because she didn't want her to take her white belt away.
Yeah, but Yuzuki is the white belt. Yuzuki is, it's kind of like the white belt in both companies, Stardom and Marigold, to me is very much the ring that rules them all. It's like it's more than just a normal belt. I think it picks the champion. And it does what it needs in my mind. It does. It
whispers.
It does what it needs to do to get to the right champion.
Right.
And that has to be the heart and soul of your company. And I believe that nothing embodies the spirit of Marigold more than Yuzuki.
No, she's definitely Marigold, isn't she?
just the ass kickings that she took in her first year of coming in there green as grass, not knowing anything, and really having to learn and burn, man. She had to learn and run what she brung.
She took a lot of crap too.
Yeah, and absolutely took a lot of crap, but she kept learning and she kept taking these ass kicks and she kept just becoming somebody. And one of the beautiful things about her her style is the fact that you just never know. I'm not sure she knows what she's going to do.
Yeah, you put it best. She's very much a mix of like Akira Hokuto and Manami Toyota. It's like a hybrid of the two most scary wrestlers that ever did the thing.
Absolutely. And it's funny because there's not a match of hers. Like if it's going to be a singles match, I'm so excited.
I know. It's so fun. Like she's one of my favorite wrestlers to watch just because you don't know what she's gonna do, and she always throws all of her heart and soul into everything. So it's very cool to see her win this match to become the new United National Champion. She threw some kind of like corkscrew, moonsault, sky twister thingamajig off the top. Like the flips were insane on this thing. Hit Mai Sakurai for the pin and became the new white belt champion of Marigold.
And I don't even think of her as a Sky Twister presser kind of person.
No, me either. It was very cool.
I think of her as more like a brawler.
Yeah.
And I know she flies, and she flies by the seat of her pants a lot of times. But
all the time.
She does have those chops.
She does. It's clear she showed it on this match, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
The next match, the semifinal of the night, was for the Marigold World title, and when we've talked before about the difference in a white belt match and a red belt match, and I thought these two matches very much showed that because this next match between Utami Hayashishita and Miku Aono was very different from the Victoria Yuzuki Mai Sakurai match, but it was also just as good because it had those big match vibes, like the pageantry right from the start. Miku Aono coming out in her new ring jackets, armor everywhere with like sort of Spanish silk skirt and everything. And then Utami Hayashishita coming out in her new ring jacket with this beautiful rose on the shoulder. And like they just looked fabulous and everything was beautiful. It was so cool. And they both have new gear and it just feels so big and like you just zoned in because you're like, oh, this is happening. Everything's happening right now. And the match itself was so different from the last one because it wasn't 100 miles a minute. It was very hard hitting and very in your face, but it was like big moves and big moments. And I just really love that about a red belt match because it draws you in and it's such an emotional roller coaster from start to finish, which this match very much was.
I agree. It is completely different.
Yeah.
But, like you said, just as good. And the pageantry is one of those moments, man. It's just, they look the part.
They do.
They both look the part.
Yeah, and Utami in these matches just blows me away every time. I don't know what it is about Utami Hayashishita when she gets put in these situations, in these big title matches, but she always just, I don't know, she like encompasses the entire room when she's in these matches. It's crazy.
Utami is the biggest like big match John person out there, like because it's like she's nothing and very disinterested in life.
Yeah.
Until that bell rings for the red belt match.
Right. It's very Naito of her.
Yeah.
But there was, I just want to mention one move in this match before we talk about the finish, because there was this like sort of reverse suplex off the ropes that Miku Aono gave to Utami Hayashishita. And the way she did it, I don't know what happened, but Utami landed like right on her forehead on the mat off the ropes. And I was just stunned for like a full 2 minutes after that. It looked so horrible, and I didn't even know if Utami was going to be okay after that. It looked insane.
Yeah, it looked like she probably got injured, but,
But going into the finish of this, it actually ended in a pretty surprising way. Miku Ano, she threw everything at Utami in this match. Like two styles clashes, all of her big moves. But the move that finished the match and won her the red belt was the hijack bomb, which is Utami Hayashishita's finisher. It's so strong that it finished Utami.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You never see that. Like, it's like a meme in wrestling. It's like you can't finish a wrestler with their own finishing move, right? Like, you never see that happen.
No, it's very, 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 very rare.
I expected her 100% to kick out of that.
Me too.
And when it didn't happen, I was shocked.
I know.
And awed. But Miku Ano is the new Marigold World Champion.
Congratulations. It was, honestly, all these new champions, it just feels like a new day.
Yeah, and this was the final title match of the night, and all of the titles on the line tonight changed hands to the challengers, but there was no new challengers come out for any of the belts, which I thought was strange.
Also very different.
I guess this is sort of like a self-encompassed night. It's like, give everyone their flowers, give everyone that sort of feeling of being the champion before you throw them into the next challenge, maybe. But usually you'll see like at least one challenger step up and like come out to the ring. Everybody's like, oh.
No, I liked it. Like, we talked about it as it happened. It was really cool that almost not to have that.
Yeah, it was different and cool. But that led us into the main event of the evening, which was the Dream Destiny match between Mayu Iwatani and Io Sky. And this match was reffed by Barb Sasaki, so we just went a full 7 years back into the past for this one. And just the story of this match is what gives it such a grandiose feeling. But the wrestling is what really sells it at the end of the day, because you obviously have them coming in here. Io sees Mayu still as the little sister, as someone who's beneath her and her younger, right? And Mayu has grown a lot since Io Sky left, since they last wrestled 7 years ago. And she has become her own woman and her own wrestler and a champion by any means. She's the icon, right? So Io coming in here, at first, she's very smiley. She's very accommodating. She seems like almost joking around, right? But as the match gets started, she starts to lose that very much. She's like, oh, this is not the Mayu that I thought I was getting in this match.
Well, I agree. And the story was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was so incredible. Mm-hmm. And there was so much that they got right.
Yeah.
And just so much that they got. So a lot of times you see opportunities come for something to be done correctly. And the things will get almost there. Mm-hmm. But everything building up to this, from the press conference when Io was going to say some stuff, but she didn't, just because, oh, this is sweet. And the story was kind of like she was taking this, like you said, my little sister, I'm going to come in here and basically have the exhibition match.
Yeah.
Very much Rocky 3, going to come in here and have the exhibition match. No big deal. And then Mayu just starts turning it on. And you could see, the Mayu Iwatani pissed off. And like you said, it's kind of like when somebody has had that dynamic in their life, and whether it's a little brother, little sister kind of dynamic, or whether it's just a friend that was, the elder friend or the more popular friend or something like that.
Right.
And they've been gone for a time. And during that time, you've had to fight. You've had to just live it up and really work hard. Maybe your friend went off and got this big job somewhere in a city, and you raised through, 2 kids and you had to fight for everything you got. You had to fight every day with them. You had to fight every day doing this, doing that. And that feels like what Mayu Iwatani's had to do, because she was left alone.
Yeah.
But it was more than just being left alone. It's a sweet little story. Oh, hey, I'm going to come back and we're going to have our little match and, have the hugs. And
I'm an international superstar now.
Right. We're going to have the photo opportunities and stuff. Mayu Iwatani's like, no.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not like that. I am better than you.
Right.
You have went there and had your little 3-minute matches.
Yeah.
And I have been here having these mega matches. I've been here having these, 30-minute wars every weekend.
She has indeed.
Ever since. And, I think that it was just encompassing of all of that. And it was an emotional, just palooza of pageantry. It was incredible.
Yeah, because you could definitely see that sinking in for Io throughout the match.
Oh,
she
I
did a
loved it.
great job. Like, just her realization that this is not the same Mayu. Like, I love that they showed a little clip of them when they were younger before the match, because it really gives that gravity when you see that Mayu and that face, and then you see Mayu's face now and how old she is. Like, she's a grown woman now.
Yes.
She's her own woman, and she is the icon of Joshi wrestling, and she showed that here. Like, she hit a Fubuki Rana in this match.
Oh, we were so happy.
She hit the moonsaults.
Yes.
And she threw a lot of what Io Sky had to throw at her back in her face.
That was one of the most beautiful parts of the story, was them having the same moveset.
Right. It's like, anything you can do, I can do better,
right.
essentially.
Right. At its highest level. And I think that the finish was perfect. I think that Io had to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did the over the moonsault, then she went back to the corner, said a little prayer, and then did a second over the moonsault to pin Mayu Iwatani.
But it felt very much like she just got out with the skin of her teeth.
It did. They were definitely both worse for wear by the end of this match. Mayu gave her hell in this match, and she showed the Mayu Iwatani that we all know and love, but maybe Io wasn't expecting when she came to Japan.
I don't think anybody lost. And,
no.
If they do come back, I know there was some joking around afterwards.
Yeah.
If they do come back and reform Thunder Rock, which would be
insane,
amazing. It would just be...
Even just one match with Thunder Rock?
It'd be the coolest thing ever, especially if we could go from that to having another match. And, this time a different finish.
Yeah. Perhaps.
I mean, I would even love to see something crazy like Mayu Iwatani come to WWE to beat her.
That would be crazy.
Just
if they would let that happen.
Just if Mayu would do one run to solidify herself as for the world.
Yeah.
To be as great as we know she is.
Yeah.
I think that to really cement that legacy, just
for one little time,
just going and having a run, and using this story. They can use the footage. They can use everything the same way, and just this person from your past,
just showing up,
just coming on the grandest stage of them all.
She could come in at first and help. She could help Io against the Kabuki Warriors and be like, I'll be your tag team partner with this. And then she could turn on her like Io turned on her the last time. And then they could have another singles match.
And take everything from Io.
Yeah.
The way that she took from her when she left her alone.
Told her she was worthless. She could never win.
Have Io standing there by herself, taking her friends, taking everything.
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I'm just saying, no, it's such a good story.
It is.
And it's just right there.
Yeah, and you got to imagine there were a lot of new eyes on Marigold because of this match, because of all the Io Sky fans that probably tuned in to see Io Sky, and maybe there'll be a little outcry, from those fans to be like, we want more Mayu Iwatani because she's amazing. But all in all, Grand Destiny was a feeling. It was incredible. It was the pinnacle of what Marigold can be and should be, and I can't wait to see what they go on to do from here. They've already announced all 4 of their big pay-per-views for 2026, so there's more coming. And it was really jarring to go from that into Mask Fiesta a few days later.
Yes.
I didn't take in-depth notes about Mask Fiesta because, if I just sat here and read the names, no one would know what I was talking about.
No, Mask Fiesta is just a fun thing. It's just when Rossi, when he was in Over Stardom, there would be the Elseworld shows.
Yes.
And
quite often.
Yeah, they would happen ever so often, and they didn't really go with any of the Gon storylines.
No.
There was always goofiness ensuing, and real bears, things like that. And people getting pulled in the coffins and stuff like that. And it was just
crazy ladder matches.
Yeah, just a silly little thing. Mass Fiesta is it's been around.
Yes.
And
it's silly.
It's a lot of fun. It's just a fun time.
It's fun to see what characters the girls come up with. There were some really good ones this year. Like, if you just want to watch something kooky for Halloween, watch some Mask Fiesta. It's really fun, especially the main event, okay? You got to see the main event because You just have to. I'm sorry. There's one specific character that you need to see in the main event.
Yes.
A little Ikumen mask. That's all I'm going to say.
No, it's good stuff. Check it out.
But I do want to bring up that just an hour ago, Marigold did announce that 3 people will be out for a while with injury. They're trying to be cautious, and make sure that they are good to go before they come back. And those people are Komomo Minami, Mai Sakurai, and Utami Hayashishita. So we will not be able to see them for a little bit in Marigold while they recoup.
Yes.
But hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, get well soon.
And they come back to us healthy. That brings us to Stardom. We got 2 shows to talk about here. Really quick, on the 26th of October in Himeji, they had a house show, which was very fun.
Yes, listen, guys. We talk about this sometimes. This is one of the house shows you want to watch.
Yes, the energy is fantastic in this house show. It kicked off with Rina and Ruaka versus Momo Kogo and Saya Ida. Just very hard-hitting match on this one. Ruaka won with the Freezer Bomb on Momo Kogo. Rion, Hanako, and Waka Tsukiyama took on Emma Maishima, Hina, and Ami Sori. Rina used her little flip thing on Emma Maishima to win this match, which was really cool. Next, Azusa Inaba and Natsuko Tora teamed up to take on Akira Kuragane and the returning Bozilla, and it was Azusa with a massive thrust kick on Akira Kuragane to win that match. Then, Rana Yagami, Tomoka Inaba, Lady C, and Saki Kashima took on Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara, Yuna Mizumori, and Natsupoi. This is one of those rare matches where you get to see Saki Kashima serious because she's mad at Sayaka Kurara for getting her into that whole Bozilla situation. But it was it was Sayaka with a jackknife pin on Saki to win the match, and she was basically like, calm down, I didn't mean to get you into that situation after the match, but Saki's still mad. Then we had a singles match between Kikyo Furusawa and Saori Ano, which was really cool to see because it seemed like Kikyo was from this town, by all intents and purposes.
I thought Kikyo did a hell of a job.
She did.
And Soriano is also, part of one of my, I don't know, man. I love some of the stuff going on with her right now.
Definitely.
With Poi.
But Saori did win this match with her German suplex hold. And then in the main event, Miyu Amasaki, Mei Seira, and Starlight Kid defeated Konami, Momo Watanabe, and Saya Kamatani. Starlight Kid getting yet another win over Konami in this match to end the show. So, pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was and honestly, it was a well-worked show.
Yes, the wrestling was really
The wrestling was great.
But the next night, on the 27th of October, we were in Korakuen Hall, which is obviously a bigger show because Korakuen Hall. And we're on television.
Yes.
So in the first opening match, we had Kikyo Furusawa and Rana Yagami teaming up against Emma Maishima and Momo Kogo. And Emma and Kikyo make an interesting team. I thought they were very good together. And they actually won this match. Rana used her beat strike kick on Emma Maishima to win this match. It's always nice to see Rana Yagami get a big win in Korakuen Hall. Then opening the main show, this card was crazy. These 2 multi-mans that opened the show were just insane to look at.
It really was. This was a great match.
It was. So this match was a 12-man. We had Miyu Amasaki, the returning Azumi, Starlight Kid, Kyoka Katatsu, Hina, and Tomoka Inaba versus Fukigen Death, Azusa Inaba, Rina, Konami, Momo Watanabe, and Saya Kamatani. And the major focus of this match, was Momo Watanabe and Saya Kamatani. They had a lot of little tiffs during this match because they are facing each other on November 3rd. So there was a lot of missteps, a lot of accidentally or not so accidentally hitting each other. There was a few very purposeful hits in this one, But it was very fast-paced, as you would expect from a 12-man. And there was a little bit of the Starlight Kid Konami feud as well because they are facing off for the white belt. But this match was very focused on that red belt feud, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they did a great job of it. I mean, the match was exciting as hell, and you still had everybody had their foreshadowing.
Absolutely. And Konami actually won this match They beat up Starlight Kid, used the black box on her, and then Konami did a big face crusher off the ropes onto the white belt on Starlight Kid to get the pin and win the match. So it was very much like a cheating finish. You know, they had to use all the tricks in the book to get Starlight Kid down.
And what's so crazy about it, in all the Road 2 matches, you know, basically, I think every one of them, Starlight actually beat Konami.
Yeah.
So this was the different one where Konami, you know, gets the upper hand.
Exactly.
So I really don't know what's going to happen in this match.
No, me either. I have no idea what's going to happen come Crimson Nightmare. I do know, however, that after the match, Saya Kamatani and Momo Watanabe were yelling at Taro Okada. They're very upset that they haven't been given proper prelude matches. They've had one, but they were like, what's the deal? Just because we're both in hate, we don't get to have matches against each other leading up to our humongous title match. And Taro Okada looks so put out. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They were like, say yes. And he was like, hi. That was like all he said. But I guess he's going to give them at least one prelude match because we only have one show left before Crimson Nightmare. But, you know, they're very at each other's throats right now.
Well, at least they agree on that.
Yes. Then the next multi-man was Rion, Hanako, Saki Kashima, Amisori, and Shiri versus Aya Sakura, Sayaka Kurara, Natsupoi, Suzu Suzuki, and Bozilla. So we got Suzu back now. 2 big returns on this show. Unfortunately, no Hanan yet, which is sad. But we did get Suzu and Azumi back. And this one was also very crazy. You know, you got Saki in there trying her damnedest to escape Bozilla, who is just after her with a passion at this point. She wants to kill Saki Kashima.
I'm looking forward to seeing Saki roll her up.
With the Kichikaze.
I have a feeling she'll beat her into, well, you know, like in the first 5 seconds.
She very well could, honestly.
Because Bozilla's so angry and Saki's just a ninja.
Right. Most of this match was Saki running away and Ami and Shiri both trying to protect her by beating up Bozilla.
Yeah.
We got some Hanako and Bozilla in this match. There was a lot of like big girl stuff going on in this match, which was really fun. But it was actually Saki Kashima with the Kishikaise on Aya Sakura to win the match. So she won the match and then ran like the other direction as fast as she could. Daichi had to come out of the ring to raise her hands for the win. So
it's good stuff though.
It is. I'm excited to see their singles match. I don't know about anyone else. After that, we had a 3-way match. Lady C versus Akira Kuragane versus Saya Ida. And I thought this was a really fun match.
It's like my surprise match of the year.
It was really enjoyable. Like Saya Ida in there with Lady C was crazy good for some reason.
If you'd have told me I was going to enjoy Lady C versus Akira versus Saya Ida this much, I would have slapped you crazy.
Like, I mean, the energy was just there.
It was great, man. I mean, Lady C's been coming on, dude.
She has.
Lady C's been coming on for a while. We've mentioned it. And, you know, they had this mid-card stigma on her because she was always in the damn mid-card. Mm-hmm. Saya Ida, 8 pins for a couple of years. You know, like it's, these people have really come on. And of course, Akira's Akira.
Akira's trying her best, She after that match with Rina, she's trying.
Yeah, she's coming on. But this match was great.
It was the chop exchange between Lady C and Saida. I thought was really good.
Lady C has chops.
She has chops.
Who knew?
Keep chopping, Lady C. You did great. She actually won this match. She used that beautiful thrust kick of hers on Akira Kuragane to win the match. So Akira took another pin, but it is what it is, right? In 3-way. Then we had perhaps the
story time
match of the night?
Yes.
Question mark. Yuna Mizumori and Saori Ano versus Miku, Kanai, and Suri.
The reason to watch.
My goodness. Okay, so going into this match, we're like zoned in. We're like, give us Saori Ano versus Suri, please. And they did a little bit, you know. We had it in there. But wouldn't you know it, the craziest part of this match, the most enjoyable, hard-hitting, scary part of this match was Suri versus Yuna Mizumori. Oh my god.
So Suri has this incredible wrestling face. Mm-hmm. And, you know, sometimes she's just very disrespectful to certain people that's not in her purview.
Right.
So it felt to me, and I think it felt very much to Yuna Mizumori, that she was treating her like a jobber.
Right. It did feel that way a little bit, that Suri was more focused on Saori Ano and didn't really give either way about Yuna Mizumori.
If you watch the match, you'll see a broken up pin early in the match and a kick on Yuna Mizumori, and you see the look on her face.
She didn't really move.
It was almost a no-sell.
Yeah, it kind of was.
It was just like, you bitch. And
it was like, excuse you.
Yeah. And they had the damnedest fight.
My goodness.
Just the most brutality you could have in a wrestling ring, really, back and forth. And Yuna always has it. She has those chops. We jokingly call her like, the Island Stan Hansen. I mean,
her lariats, dude.
She has the lariats. She has the chops. She has the brutality, and she can bring it. I mean, she's colorful and she's haha and she's smiling. She's also tough as shit.
She really is. Like the whole end of this match was just a showcase with her and Sari, and she was throwing bombs. Like she was taking all of Sari's hardest moves,
Made
her
me
double
see
stomps
that
and
match.
everything. Yeah, but she was giving it right back. And it took everything. Like, Sari had to hit her with the Uranage to put her down, which she doesn't have to do with everybody, okay?
Right.
But she did hit her with the Uranage to win the match. But Yuna she has this fire inside of her that when it comes out, you better watch your back because she's going to hit the crap out of you.
So the other part to this story is basically all about Natsupoi.
Who was seconding her team, of course, because they're her team.
Yeah, so Natsupoi and Sari, we all know in the real world, Sariism and all this, there's best friends of Sari and Natsupoi.
Yes.
They're business partners. They are buddies. They have this friendship, and it's almost like an expected thing. Sari shows up. It's like, hi, Poi,
Yes.
But Soriano and Natsupoi are Soriano and Natsupoi.
Yes.
They are the long storied. We started together. We are sisters. We are more than that.
Yes.
We all remember the story of Poi helping Sari find her smile.
Yes.
I mean, and find the fighting spirit that was in her and some of those beautiful emotions that we've had with that. They're both were part of the Tam Road, and all these incredible things all these incredible freaking cosmic angel things.
They had their 10th anniversary together.
That we'll never forget. Some of these incredible moments we'll never forget with these two, but there's this dynamic brewing. And if something don't happen with it, I will burn the world, because there's these little dynamic with Poi and Soriano and Sari, and they're alluding to it. They are totally alluding to it. And the facial, Soriano is one of the best facial people in wrestling.
Yes.
And just leaving the ring, because what happened is after the match, Sari asked for Poi to come in there and basically set up some match. And
yes, she asked her to come to Sariism, to the next Sariism.
It was an advertisement.
Yes.
For Sariism.
But she did say that she had something she wanted to tell her in the ring, like at Sariism, which is interesting, I thought, because she was like, make sure to show up, which is crazy. But you're right, Sariano, she did do the little like chin grab thing to Sari, which she loves to do with people who she feels a connection to in the ring, which is not necessarily a good thing for those people because Sariano's a beast. But she did kind of like up and disappear at the point when Sari's attention shifted to Natsupoi. I think it's easy to feel some type of way about that when your best friend is best friends with someone else, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a tale as old as time.
It is, and we might be seeing a lot more of it because Miku Kanai, after this match, asked Sari to join her in Tag League as her tag team partner, which Sari accepted. So it seems like it's going to be a long November of perhaps Miku and Sari on the other side of Sariano and Natsupoi if they are in Tag League. I imagine they will be.
Dude, having Sari in Tag League.
She's so excited. She was like, oh, you want to do another Stardom tournament? Okay, count me in.
Yeah, I mean,
love her attitude.
It's fun. It's fun stuff, and I can't wait for Tag League.
Me too. We're so close to it too, but we got a few things to go before then. But after that match in the semi-main event for the high-speed title, we had Mei Seira defending against Waka Tsukiyama.
Also a great match.
Also a fantastic match. You know, Waka, she kept up with the speed.
Yeah.
She really gave it to her. There was some literal ass kicking in this match.
Yes.
Okay.
Other than that.
Other than the literal ass kicking, it was a great high speed match. It seems that they have done away with the 2 out of 3 falls dynamic because this was a 1 fall to a finish. Boys, they still had the 10 count on the outside, which almost got them both when they went up into the Korakuen Hall stands.
It's funny that they got rid of it without
they
saying anything.
But they went at it in this match. Waka really wanted to prove herself. May really wanted to beat Waka in 30 seconds, but she couldn't do that. So she did give her a little respect after the match. May used the checkmate to win. We haven't seen her use the checkmate in a while, so it was cool to see her pull it back out. So she retained the high-speed title, and after the fact, she called out Hazuki, who she was unable to beat the last time they faced. They went to a draw, and Hazuki has never been beat in a high-speed match before, I believe was the story going into that match, and she still has not.
I don't think she's going to beat her now.
She did ask her to have the match on Crimson Nightmare on November 3rd, so real quick turnaround there for May Sarah.
I would like to see Hazuki win that damn belt.
Man, their last match was so freaking good. I can't even imagine what they're going to pull out in this one.
I would like to see it.
It would be wild, okay? If May went all this time as the champion and then called out Hazuki and lost to her and lost that belt.
Well, remember she said she wouldn't call her out.
Yeah.
Until
she was so many defenses, I think, or like so far along. Yeah. But here we go again. I'm excited.
Because that was your favorite thing at the time.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I love May Sarah taking it seriously, you know, getting back into like what the high speed title really is all about, because I love the high speed matches.
Because it's such an important match. I mean, it's such an important title that got kind of crapped on with the 3 falls.
Yeah, it kind of lost its way there for a little tiny bit, but that's okay. We're back. We're back, boys.
Yes.
And in the main event of this Korakuen Hall show for the Goddess of Stardom titles, we had Ruaka Natsukatora versus Itsuki Aoki and Rina Yamashita. And this was a slobber knocker, as you would imagine, because all of these girls can go.
Yes.
And they're going to beat the crap out of each other. Unfortunately for us Mavita Loca stands in this house, Ruaka Natsukatora did retain the Goddess of Stardom titles, so they will be presumably going into Tag League as the champions. It was a big old swanton on Itsuki Aoki to win the match. There was a lot of mist involved and black boxes and whatnot, but you know, that's typical hate fair.
And Rina pulling a pin off of, pulling referee out of the ring.
Yeah, of course, Rina on the outside.
But, you know, the thing about this is this could be the foreshadow for who's going to win Tag League and get another opportunity at Queen Dreamdom. Dream
Queendom. It's hard to say.
Can we please call it Dreamdom?
Yes, Dreamdom for short.
But you know what I'm saying. It very much is a Korakuen Hall main event, dude. You don't think it's going to be for nothing.
Yeah.
And this could be a great way to establish, people going, oh, well, they should have won.
Yeah. It's like, give them another chance sort of deal.
So
that would be really cool to see them make a comeback. Like, we don't know all the tag teams that are going to be in Tag League yet.
I hope that tag team is.
I hope they are. I love them so much. So that wraps up Korakuen Hall, which was just a banger of a card. It was fast paced. It was fun.
It wasn't a banger on paper.
No,
and it
was looked kind of weird. We were like, what?
Yeah, it was like this is not what we've had recently.
Yeah.
But it was a banger in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got some fun stuff coming up, obviously. Sorryism on November 10th, they did announce matches for it. So we will see Yurika Oka versus Celine Misora, Bozilla and Kaoru Ito teaming up against Vinny and Nightshade. Talk about the big girl match right there. Chi-Chi and Miku Kanai versus Ronnie Yagami and Akira Kuragane. I think they very much stigmatize this as like Chi-Chi and Miku want to go against the Stardom girls and prove that they're better than the Stardom girls. And then Suzu Suzuki and Suri versus Natsupoi and Chihiro Hashimoto. So there's the Suri Natsupoi match for you. I love Suri and Suzu teaming together. I love Natsupoi and Chihiro on the other side. It's going to be a crazy match, I imagine.
It is, and I feel that, there's some interesting things that'll happen on the show.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'll fill out more to it.
Yes, they will. And then the upcoming Stardom schedule for the rest of November, we have New Blood 26, which is happening mere hours from this recording. Then on November 1st, they will have a house show in Chiba. On November 3rd is Crimson Nightmare, the pay-per-view. Then Tag League kicks off on November 7th and runs through November 30th. So that covers the rest of the month of November.
I love a good long tournament, man.
Tag League is going to be so fun. I can't wait to learn who all's in it and do our brackets and figure out who we think is going to win. It's going to be so much fun.
Cannot wait.
But let us know what you thought about all this stuff about Grand Destiny and Dreamdom and what you think's going to happen. No, but Korakuen Hall, all the things. Did you watch Mask Fiesta? Did you like Friday Night Gotcha? Was there anything else you watched this week that you enjoyed? We always love to hear from you guys. Make sure you're following us on socials at Cult of Joshi, on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. Subscribe to the Cult of Joshi YouTube channel. Give this video a like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
And a happy Halloween to everyone.
Yes, a very safe, happy Halloween to everyone, hopefully. But that's all from us for now. I'm Raja. He's John. So long from Cult of Joshi.
Bye!